If you're planning your very first cruise, there are a few common mistakes that almost everyone makes, and honestly, some of them can cost you more than you expect. A lot of first-time travelers step on board thinking everything is included, but within the first couple of days, they either end up spending extra on things they didn't need to, or missing out on experiences they didn't even know were available. In this video, I'm going to share 10 cruise tips that can totally shape your experience and help you get the most out of your trip. And make sure you stick around till the end, because the last few tips are the ones people usually only learn after their first cruise. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and drop a comment telling me, where are you planning your first cruise? All right, let's get started. Tip 10. Dining reservations are not just for specialty restaurants. Most cruise ships have multiple dining options: the main dining room, a buffet, a pool deck grill, and a selection of specialty restaurants that carry an upcharge. Many first-timers assume they can just show up whenever they're hungry and find a seat anywhere. On a sea day on a large ship with 4,000 passengers, that assumption leads to long waits and frustration. Here is what experienced cruisers know. The main dining room typically offers both a set-time dining option and flexible anytime dining. If you choose anytime dining, which most modern cruisers prefer, popular dinner windows between 6 and 8 in the evening can have significant waits if you don't make reservations through the app or at the dining desk early on embarkation day. For specialty restaurants, book as early as the system allows, often before you even board. The best tables at the best times go fast, especially on sea days. And for embarkation day lunch, the main dining room is almost always open and significantly less crowded than the buffet. That is a tip most first-timers don't discover until their second cruise. No. Automatic daily gratuity charges, typically ranging from $18 to $22 per person per day on most major lines, are applied to every passenger's onboard account by default. Most passengers pay them without question, assuming they are fixed. They are not. Most cruise lines allow passengers to adjust gratuity amounts at guest services during the voyage, or have them removed entirely, though the latter is considered poor practice given that these funds support the crew directly. What most passengers do not know is that gratuities can also be prepaid before sailing, often at a rate slightly lower than the daily onboard charge, and that on some lines, certain booking promotions include prepaid gratuities as part of the package. Always ask at booking, is there a prepaid gratuity option? And what is the per-person daily rate on this specific sailing? Tip number 8. Drink packages. When they're worth it and when they aren't. Drink packages sound like a great deal at first. Unlimited drinks, no stress, everything covered. But here's the catch. They're only worth it if you actually use them enough. If you're someone who enjoys multiple drinks throughout the day, like cocktails, coffee, sodas, then yes, it can save you money. But if you're only having 1 or 2 drinks a day, you'll probably end up overpaying. Also, don't forget, everyone in the same cabin is often required to get the package, which increases the cost even more. So before you buy it, do a quick calculation. Otherwise, you might spend hundreds on something you didn't really need. Tip 7. How to read your cruise contract. This might not be the most exciting part of planning your trip, but it's one of the most important. Your cruise contract outlines everything, from cancellation policies to what happens if your itinerary changes. And yes, cruise lines can change ports, schedules, or even cancel stops depending on weather or operational reasons. Most people skip reading this completely until something unexpected happens. Take a few minutes to go through the key sections. Look for cancellation terms, refund policies, and any restrictions that might affect you.
Tip 6. Travel insurance is not optional for a first-time cruiser. If there's one thing you shouldn't skip, it's travel insurance. Cruises are different from regular trips. If you miss the ship at a port, it won't wait for you. If there's a medical emergency on board, treatment can be expensive. And if your trip gets canceled or delayed, you could lose a lot of money. Travel insurance covers these situations and gives you peace of mind. Especially for first-time cruisers, it's not worth the risk of going without it. Think of it as protection for your entire trip, not just an extra expense.
Tip 5. How Wi-Fi packages actually work. A lot of people assume cruise Wi-Fi works just like it does on land, but that's not the case. Wi-Fi on a cruise ship is usually slower, more expensive, and often limited by the type of package you choose. Some plans only allow messaging apps, while others include browsing or streaming, but at a higher price. Also, connections can drop depending on where the ship is. So before you buy a package, think about what you actually need. If it's just staying in touch, a basic plan might be enough. If you plan to work or stream, be prepared to pay more and still have some limitations. Tip 4. Sea days are your best investment. Sea days are often overlooked, especially by first-time cruisers who focus more on port days. But honestly, sea days can be the most relaxing and enjoyable part of your trip. This is when you get to fully explore the ship, the pools, shows, activities, dining options, everything without the rush of getting off at a port. It's also the perfect time to slow down and actually enjoy the experience you paid for. So don't treat sea days as empty days. Plan them wisely. Book activities, try new things, or just relax. Tip 3. Muster drill is not optional, and here's why it matters. Before your cruise officially begins, you'll have to complete a muster drill. And no, this is not something you can skip. It's a safety procedure where you learn what to do in case of an emergency, where to go, and how things work on board. A lot of people treat it like a formality, but it's actually very important. In an emergency situation, knowing exactly where to go and what to do can make a huge difference. It usually doesn't take long, so just get it done as soon as possible and take it seriously. Tip 2. Pack smarter than you think you need to. Packing for a cruise is different from a normal vacation. Cabins are smaller than you expect, and storage is limited, so overpacking can quickly become a problem. Instead of bringing everything just in case, focus on what you'll actually use. Don't forget essentials like a carry-on with documents, swimwear for day 1, medications, and a few smart extras like a non-surge power strip, magnetic hooks, or a reusable water bottle. These small things can make your trip much more comfortable and save you money on board. Tip 1. Book your shore excursions early. This is one of the biggest mistakes first-time cruisers make, waiting too long to book their shore excursions. The most popular activities sell out quickly, especially on busy cruises. And if you wait until the last minute, your options may be limited or completely gone. Booking early not only gives you better choices, but also helps you plan your days properly. You can book directly through the cruise line or explore trusted third-party options. Just make sure to check timing so you don't risk missing the ship. Planning ahead here can seriously upgrade your entire cruise experience. And if you found these tips helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and support the channel Cruise Life Experience. And let me know in the comments, where are you planning your next cruise?